Hello everybody. It's been a little while because I haven't got very much to talk about or show you. But what I did today is I made a little place to put my meters down here underneath the bench right over here. And as you can see, I got my multimeters, the digital multimeters. This is my Fluke 73 down here. This is a Harbor Freight one that I bought a while ago. And the Radio Shack, which reads good and high in resistance. And a Sears meter that I bought at a yard sale last year. So simply put, I just took a 2x3. I build everything out of wood. I want it strong. And 1/2-inch plywood. These are pieces I have. That's why I don't throw anything away. Wood's usable. But a 2x3 across here, make like a shelf. It's 10 inches from here to the top of the 2x3. And it enables me to get the meters out. The meters just sit like that. And they just go right in. Like that. And very easily accessible. And actually I could squeeze in one more meter if I had to over here. Before that I had them all stacked up over here, lined up. And it kind of takes away from the little bench that I want to use to put my tube tester up here when I'm using it. And this is my little tripod here when I do my videos. And this is Bob's radio. Right now we're waiting for that capacitor to come in. And then he's going to order a 43 tube for it. So when that comes in, I'll put that back on the bench again. You've all seen this meter. This is my capacitor meter that I ordered a few months back. Or might even been last year, from China. Works very well. But a couple weeks ago, I ordered this. This is an imitation Fluke. Matter of fact, it's if you look at it quickly, it's FTIKE. It's an LC meter, and that's exactly what I wrote here, so I don't grab the wrong meter. Does not test voltages. It tests inductance and capacitance. And between these two meters, they're fairly close. They're not right on the money, but they're fairly close. But I got it for inductance. I'm not going to waste money on them lousy things without the cases on them. You know, those ones from China. Well, this is from China too, but it's already put together. It's not a ECR meter. Those are way too expensive. A good ECR meter is at least $100 or more. So that's way out of my price range, and I don't really need one that much. I work on the old stuff anyways. But this reads inductance, but I don't have any inductors here to try it out, except for an antenna loop stick. So it seems to work okay, and putting it on the scope, it puts out a square wave on inductance ranges until you get down to 20 henries. Then it's a sawtooth. So I put it on my oscilloscope to see what the waveform was doing, because I was wondering, it was making a little noise when I put a speaker on this thing. There's a little hum there. Whether the camera will pick it up or not, I don't know. And the speaker won't pick it up now. You don't hear it, but the scope will show it. So it's quite interesting. It uses a sawtooth for the high range of 20 henries, and then 2 henries all the way down to 2 millihenries it uses a square wave. I didn't bother measuring the frequency of it, but it's fairly low. You can tell by the sound in the speaker. On this S86 Hallicrafters, I may have to put this back on the bench again. I know I need an outside antenna. I do know that, but there is some problems with this, and it makes a lot of crackling and popping and stuff, and it's not the tubes. I substituted the tubes. It's not the switches. I've cleaned the switches. I'm going to put this on, and right now I got the fluorescent light on. Well, not the fluorescent, the LED up here, the big one. That makes a lot of interference, and this is an LED bulb here, and that makes some interference too. But regardless, it don't seem to pick up. Like, I get the hams coming in. I was listening to 75, 80 meter band last night. That's okay. That's the oh, we'll turn this light off over here. We still got noise coming in, but I don't want to be in total darkness here, because we just got the LED, the small bulb up there, which is supposed to be a 100-watt equivalent, but you'd never know it here. Now, it's only 20 minutes to 7 now, so we're not going to get the 80 meter band coming in. But I was getting pops, and it would come in loud, and then it would drop way out. I mean, it's like a loose connection in there. I still think I got silver mica disease in here, because when I recapped this, I checked the resistors that were in it. I may not have checked every single one. And I've substituted tubes. I've tested them all. I got a new set of tubes in here that were given to me by Radio Wild. And I even substituted one at a time, going back to my other tubes, which tested good for the most part. There was a couple of them that weren't. And it seemed to be the same way. And there is a problem here, and I think it's silver mica disease. Now, all right, this is AM now, the standard broadcast.
Work with me there. They're more interested in basketball than me, but I've always had an interest in baseball. Worked with another team at Providence, so I take whatever I can get.
Okay, so
No baseball team anymore.
now sometimes this is the standby switch off. I have to look on the circuit and see exactly what it does, but when you shut that off, it's dead silence. So that's like if you're using this with a transmitter, you throw this switch. Sometimes when I throw this off and put it back on again, it comes in louder, but not all the time. Sometimes when I flip down the... It's not doing it now. Seems to be okay now, but sometimes it's erratic, like sometimes just turning a light switch on and off, and the radio will come on, and then loud, and then, you know, it like shocks it into working. There's something isn't right here. Whether it's a bad resistor, I know it can't be a cap. I mean, I recapped the whole thing, except for, not sure. I think it's got micas in it, and micas and ceramic discs I left alone, whatever there was in there. But all the wax paper caps have been changed in this. And the switches are clean. Nothing wrong with the switches. Now, I'm only running, well, I'm running a ground here on the outlet here. The radio's going through an isolation transformer. So this ground wire here is a Mickey Mouse, you know, the right way is going in the ground outside. So this ground is going to the shell of this and going to the case of the radio. Actually, it's going to the ground screw on the back of the radio. And this is the antenna wire here. It goes over, comes up over here, and goes over and ends right there. So it's not really very much of an antenna. It comes in blasting sometimes, and then it goes right down. Now I get some guys, there's one up in the middle of Connecticut, comes in like a ton of bricks. He's really good, and then he'll fade right out. And I think that it's drifting. It's not. The radio's pretty good. It hardly drifts at all. But you see how it's fading this out? This is a local station. Well, there is a little drift there because I just turned it on. But I had this thing on for an hour last night. It was pretty crappy until it fully warmed up. Getting the voltages, all the voltages are correct when I had it on the bench. It was not running low. The filament string, if anything, is putting out just about what it should be. The filaments on those tubes are getting the filament voltage with that 10 microfarad fan capacitor that's in here. So that's working out good.
I'm going to not take my wife to conflict with the
You get a lot more reception taking the noise limiter off. It kills it quite a bit to putting that down, but then you get a lot more noise too. But sometimes playing around with these, and the switches are all good. I cleaned them and checked to make sure they're soldered good, and you know, no loose connections there. And they seem to come in distorted sometimes. Now you see, it's getting noisy now. I didn't do anything to it. Turn the noise limiter off, it's even worse. That's what I was getting last night on the 80 meter band. I still think it's silver mica disease. And this is why I'm reluctant to put it on the bench, because I'm not going to be able to correct silver mica disease. It's got those small IF cans, and those are the ones that have the silver mica in their base, and you have to take the damn can all apart and clean it all out, and then I think it's 100 picofarads silver mica cap that you put across each section. Now you see, I just lost it. And I'm rocking the tuner. Go on. So, now that's not on broadcast. That is on broadcast, I'm sorry, it's on broadcast now. Well, still got the light off, I just got the small light on. I didn't record this part just before this, but as soon as I hit this switch here and put this back on again, the radio went dead. It's like it's something in this activity shocks it. I had a ham in here, faint. It's not dark yet, so I'm still not getting him in. But when I flip this switch to standby and come back on, you hear that static that's in there? I still say it's silver mica disease. Sometimes I play around with this, and I know it's not the switch because I checked it all. The continuity's good on it. Resistance is 0 when the switch is turned on. But it seems like anything. Sometimes just turning the switch on in the shop here will do it. I had a ham in there, but I wasn't recording it, so you couldn't hear it, obviously, so you missed that. I take my word for it. I'm getting the volume's all the way up, sensitivity's all the way up. Now you listen to this. Normally the sensitivity would be dead. It's not making any difference at all, the sound. It's just a staticky sound. And I got the sensitivity all the way down. Turn the volume down all the way up. Well, that's the problem I got with it. It just goes dead like this, full of static. And then when it is coming in, it's somewhat distorted. I got to find out where this sensitivity control is. I got to drag out the schematic. I would imagine it's in the front end. Because the volume's all the way up and you can hear the static, and not all that loud, but you can hear it. The speaker's up on top here. Now, when this thing is working good, you can turn the sensitivity down and you can lose the station, you know, and bring it back up again. Right now, it's not making any difference. So let's just see if we get anything. We're getting noise. On the noise, you hear the buzzing? All right. It'll take the buzzing away. All right, but it won't take the static away. Tune in some more noise here. All right, this is from my lights. In the main shed, I got a couple of CFLs and I got a couple of, you see it just coming in louder, LEDs. All right, now I turn it down, it takes the static away, the interference from the bulbs, but the constant static, it doesn't affect it. So, this isn't right. This thing is not working right.
Working very linear. The motor turns here, start breaking to the groove, and I'll tell you what, 170 cubic inches, pretty smooth, pretty darn smooth.
I'm not sure if that's sideband or not. Alright, so this is, I hope I didn't bore you too much. So, not sure, but I think it's silver mica disease, that static that doesn't go away even when you turn the sensitivity all the way down. The interference from the light bulbs goes down when you turn the sensitivity all the way down. Then that goes away. So there's something internal on the radio, and it's after the sensitivity circuit. What do you guys think? I think it's silver mica disease. Thanks for watching. Maybe we'll get some more videos out when I have something important to present.